I can't do it. I just can't. I cannot go back to driving a gas car. I've seen articles about people doing it. I have a friend who's done it, but that's just not me. I am trying to get used to it, but I just can't. So I guess we got to talk about that right now. Hi, this is Rich, and welcome to Wings, Wheels, and Wires. So let's start right off the bat by dispelling what might be some viewers' preconception that my issue with returning to a gas car is some kind of douchebag, I'm way too virtuous to drive an evil gas car, because that is not the case. I actually own 3 gas cars. So if that's not the difference, what is? Is it the process of waiting in line at a gas station to get gas? No, not really. It is less convenient than home charging, but it's not really that big a problem. Is it the extra money I spend for gasoline over electricity? Well, it could be a problem down the road, but so far it's been one low mileage week, so I haven't noticed a difference that much yet. So, what is the problem then? Well, before we get into that, I think it's important to cover why returning back to a gas car even became a question. You see, about a week ago, I was driving through the desert at night, 2-lane highway, passing a semi-truck, when right in front of me jumped out a coyote. So I had less than 1 second to decide whether I'm going to veer right into a semi-truck, veer left into the desert at night on the world's narrowest car tires, or go through the coyote, which the coyote lost on that one. Not that it really mattered what I chose, because I don't think I would have had time to execute anything other than just drive straight, because immediately when I saw him, I was moving my foot towards the brake, and I had just barely touched the brake when we impacted. So I hit the coyote. The impact damaged my lower air intake, the lip below it, the radiator, the guard bar, and the AC condenser. Because of this and a couple of other factors, my insurance adjuster informed me that it's very possible that the car might be deemed a complete loss. And even if they do repair it, it's going to be at least a month to get the repairs completed. And for reasons that are both the fault of my insurance company and the repair facility, I'm over a week out now, and I've yet to get an answer on whether my car will be totaled or not. In the meantime, I've been driving my 3 gas cars, and each one of those gas cars has made me greatly miss having my EV. Let's talk about each one so you can understand. If you are enjoying this video, please hit that like button down below. While you're down there, hitting the subscribe button would greatly support the channel. And, of course, don't forget to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And stand by to the end of the video to hear my new subscriber shoutouts. First up is my 2004 Nissan Armada. This thing is a tank, and it drives like one. Despite having a 5.6-liter engine, this thing is very slow to accelerate and much slower to stop. It has high-profile tires, which gives it a very mushy drive, and has earned it my nickname for it of the pregnant whale. This is a really great vehicle to ride in as a passenger, but as a driver, this thing is needlessly awkward to drive. And I say needlessly because the Kia EV9 is of similar size and similar weight. As a matter of fact, it might be heavier, and yet it is 100 times easier to drive. The next car up is my 1997 BMW Z3. This car is small and fun to drive. It's about as fun to drive as my electric car. It would be my vehicle of choice, except for 2 small problems. One, being a stick shift, it's a lot more work to drive than the one-pedal driving I'm used to in my i3. Also, of all my vehicles, this one's the most toxic. Despite passing the smog check, it still gives off a lot of gas fumes, especially when you first start it. As a matter of fact, if I start it in my garage, it takes about 3 days to get the smell of gas out of the garage. So, not so great. Alright, and that brings us to the last vehicle in my lineup, which is both the vehicle I have driven the most and probably the vehicle that I dislike driving the most. It's my wife's 2012 BMW 328i convertible. Now, let's start with, this is a beautiful car, and I really want to like it. I really do. But I don't. My biggest complaint is the transmission lag. Now, all multi-speed automatic transmissions have some amount of lag. This is the difference between the instant torque that you get with an EV. You see, BMWs have this thing called a smart transmission, and it's anything but. It's actually terrible. And because of this, driving the vehicle is very frustrating, and my lack of confidence in the vehicle's ability to accelerate instantly very much limits the way I drive. Here's an example of how bad the shifting is on this thing. It is also a pain to add gas to. You see, for some reason, it triggers the overflow protection sensor that they have on the gas pumps here in California, leading it to disengage the gas pump. So I have to reset the handle anywhere from 6 to 8 times per fill up. And that's before it even gets near full. Both of these problems don't even exist on my electric vehicle, and it makes owning this car and driving it far less enjoyable. And understand, this has been my experience just in a little bit over a week that I've driven it. If my electric vehicle, my i3, were to be totaled, I'm going to come down to the choice of buying another electric vehicle, which means taking on another car payment, or living with one of these gas cars. And honestly, I just can't do that. So at the end of the day, the thing that gets in the way of me returning to driving a gas vehicle is a few little things and then one really big thing, and that's driving performance. My BMW i3 has better driving performance than all three of these vehicles, and it's not even the best EV out there. It's kind of middle of the road. Because see, the reality of it is most EVs have much better driving performance than most gas cars. But hey, all of this is just my experience and my opinion. Tell me down below, do you agree, disagree? If you're an EV owner, could you go back to driving a gas car? Also, stick around for the subscriber shout out at the end, and here's a video YouTube thinks you're gonna like.
And now it's time for the subscriber shout-outs. If you'd like your own shout-out, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and either make sure your name is visible or put in the comments down below that you subscribed.
Jeff Sawyer, KB, Paul Rizzuto, Wing Pang. Thanks for subscribing.